We're going to look in more detail now about storing actions as well as using it with function curves. Just going to keyframe the bit of jaw animation like this. Maybe I'm doing some lip syncing, something like that. There we go. We're going to have a look at the local transformations, which is the kinematics here. So I just did Control K, and now we can see the keyframes inside here. When I store the animation, in this case the mark parameter function curves, I'm going to call it jaw. I'm actually going to put it onto the mixer at the same time, and I'm going to remove the original animation. So notice the icon now changed to this plug. That is an indication that we have a mixer driving that parameter, like so. If I were to go back and have a look at the source, let's go back and do here, underneath the mixer, there is my jaw animation. If I were to say apply the action and move this away here, so there is my animation, I've also put it back on as FCurves directly onto the object. Notice now the icon has changed from a plug plus a little plus. This is an indication that we have two types of driver. One is the direct FCurves and the other is the mixer. It doesn't necessarily mean it's at the same time. There we go. Red means there is a key on that frame. Green means there is animation. If I were to start to move this, obviously it's going to turn yellow just to say that I've made a change on that particular frame. So this method you can use in a number of ways. You can either say do your animation in the negative frames, whatever. Positive frame doesn't really matter. And then you can, when you store it, if I were to go and store this again, mark parameter function curves, I can actually remove original animation off, and let's just make it jaw 2 in this case. So it means I can continually refine my animation and just store it into a library. I don't have to use these, but I can make very small changes and then have them ready, and without having to worry about going back and undoing or loading another scene to get the original animation back. Very useful. For another way is storing just the current values. So I can either do my animation on here, maybe I go to another frame, let's just move these up slightly, I'm just going to select this one here, move it up a bit more, something like that. So with them now both selected, store mark parameter function curves. Even with this, if I ever go now here, store mark parameter function curves, well, nothing is marked. Make sure, translation, store mark parameter function curves. So I'll just call this eyebrow. I want to remove the original animation. There we go. Insert the source. So now my eyebrow is back here.